I'm going to show you how I gesso these boards. So these are birchwood panels, so they're what they call a cradled panel with this wooden frame, if you like, on the back, which means that I can either stand it up, or I can hang it off a nail, or I can put fittings in, or I can frame it, anything I like. So you can paint directly on these, particularly if you're using acrylic, because a primer effectively is like an acrylic, it will sit on the surface. But if I want to use this to paint with oils, then I definitely need to prime it first. So I've got just some acrylic white gesso primer here. There are lots of different things on the market. I tend to use artist ones rather than DIY ones, just because they don't yellow. Although I'm sure there are DIY ones as well that don't. So different ways that you can apply it. You can obviously apply it with a brush. I like a very smooth surface to work on generally. I don't particularly like brush marks showing through. So I would probably put this down and then maybe smooth it afterwards. So I'm applying it fairly thinly. You can always go over with another coat afterwards. And let's just put one quick coat down all over it, and then I will show you how I might then... I mean, some people like a lot of texture, and they would use this priming stage to be adding dust and marbling paste and different things to build up the texture in it. If you're not intending to frame this, you might want to keep your edges clean by taping them, but this will be going in a frame, so I'm not bothered about whether it goes over the edges or not. What I do want to make sure is that I do get it right to the corners. That would have been better if I'd stuck this down before doing it. So that's a thin coat all over. I could use washing up squeegee, so that's giving me a nice smooth surface. Fairly thin, I'd probably need to put another coat on top of that. The other tool that I often use is these sort of shower squeegees. So again, I could just pull that over in whichever direction I want, and then let that dry, and then I can build that up with another coat. So I'm going to do probably 3 coats, so I'm not too precious about this first coat. Leave it, I don't know, maybe an hour in between to dry, depends how warm your room is.